why they rebelling a lot,
Mm-hmm.
on certain things. It's like, yeah, you know,
We um
I,
we grew up using hands,
yeah,
and we were
that,
taught facing fears. It was different. Well, I don't know. The 2000s just got softer and softer and softer and softer and softer and so
yeah,
we see your weaknesses every fucking day, and it just blows my. I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with that.
yes,
That's why we be at home, because we ain't fucking with none of that. Yeah, no.
it's crazy,
The
you
kids
know.
gotta kids can't be kids no more. We had opportunities to be kids.
But
Kids can't go to school without worrying about being bullied, getting in fucking fights, being attacked by your own peers. It gets deeper, and they don't understand that when they're fighting a one-on-one person, if both aren't going to compete together or agree to fight, that's not a fight. When you attack somebody and the other person is telling you to stop and they're not fighting back, that's an attack. So a lot
right,
that they need to, and I see how they're changing. I don't know, since they stopped allowing parents to come to school, because I used to do the pop-ups on my kids all the time.
hmm,
I popped the fuck up. They think I'd be at work. I get off early, popping the fuck up. I want to know what the fuck y'all doing. Why your grades slipping? Don't think because I'm too busy. I'm not busy. Get your ass. You know, I'm never too busy. I find
right,
reasons to get into your ass. But it's just that today the kids have gotten lazier in school. Technology has taken over. You can't tell me nothing. You're not my mama. Da 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 da. It's just horrible.
it's horrible,
It's
man.
horrible the way people are raising kids today, and they're their best friends today.
I would definitely say that's another problem. Being a friend instead of being a parent.
Hmm.
You know, you know, no means no. Explain to you what's going on. Now you want to catch attention, I'm gonna catch attention. You catch attention. You're the problem. You're the hero. You're like this motherfucker that came out this person going, how the fuck is
Who is you
you know?
talking to? Let's start
Right.
with that one. What you say?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what is the purpose? I was looking at like how my mom and daddy, but they took period eye. We fucked up.
My kids will
You
still flinch no matter what shit they put me through. If I was to go like that, them bitches are bucko.
man,
Bucko in.
I
Stop
was
playing with
like,
me.
and I see my nieces, her kid, and I see Corey, probably could be one, so but should be one.
Mm.
He wilding out like his uncles and them, but his uncle brother was, and I'm like, she acting like her mama was, but she it ain't gonna be some. That motherfucker gonna be crazy, but I told her, yeah, if he's cut out of hand, and you discipline him.
Hmm.
That's your thing.
Hmm.
If he's wrong, he's wrong. The same thing with
When
mother
social
needs.
services stepped in and said you can't spank your child, that's when we said fuck it. That's when it went
Yeah,
down the motherfucking bucket. Fuck it.
my my mama wasn't hearing that shit. She said, "Fuck you in the."
I'm gonna tell you, I've been through social services because of me being that fuck it parent. I'm gonna beat that ass anyway. But
Right.
then as I got older though, I learned that whooping their ass all the time didn't solve one fucking thing. It just burnt me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to go back to old school when I was raised. That when they really fucked up, and they needed to put their foot up their ass, but you just sit
Man,
down and have a conversation. The shit
that was
does
just that.
work.
My mama had the conversation, but most of my dad did. My mama had the conversation, then she could. But it's like we were just out of luck. So
Hmm.
with our dad, he only, I think, my type. Like my mama wasn't the type that I'm gonna wait till your daddy get here. She did she tell me, you
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. There's a possibility you might get another ass whoop before you go to
I
school.
got 2 ass whoopings.
Man,
I didn't ask for 2 ass whoopings, but I got it.
man, I didn't need to read about hell. I suck it up like a champ.
Ooh, you talking about? That's why we got thick skin.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we sucked it up and went to school like nothing happened, you know. And then when they became grandparents, the grand nieces and nephews, they're the best parents in the whole wide world. Boy, if you only knew how them rascals used to act when we get in trouble.
Hmm.
My sister kept telling them like that's not the same parent.
Mm-mm.
They trying to go to heaven. That's what they trying to do. Not the same parent that they be like, no whoop him. No.
Mm-mm.
So,
These kids come out all different. Now
yeah,
we
they
were
all
hard headed growing the fuck up. You can't tell us
right.
that we wasn't. We were hard headed because we
We
did
were.
shit on purpose. We wanted to challenge the system and shit. We did. We did a lot of
Right.
crazy shit. But yeah, we were hard. These kids today are very sensitive and very emotional. Back in the day, we got told shut the fuck up, you damn dummy, just
Yeah.
because we misspelled fucking stupid or some shit. When you damn dumb. We grew up learning how to take insults,
Right.
and we learned
Yeah.
how to understand the word no. Because
Right.
if you ask one more goddamn time, did I just say no?
No means no.
No means no. You gonna
Yeah.
get that goddamn backhand so fast, bitch. You gonna wonder what week it is, cause it's coming. Don't
My
make me
mama used
knock your ass out to next week, bitch, cause you still be lost.
my mama used to have a comb or a brush in her purse at church. And that's the case.
Just in case we
But
had to go pop pop
right.
back to
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
Shit. Back in the day, they used to carry fucking switches to church.
Right. They used
They
to carry the
did.
switch. Yeah. Some
They have fresh switches as you walk on in.
sometimes they used to kid us with hangers.
Oh no, wire
Yeah.
hangers.
Man.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
no wire hangers, bitch.
Man. And don't let it be a hanger from the church with no coat jacket on there.
Mm,
You dumb.
you
And I seen
fucks.
my boys from church one time that looked like that. We were like 5 or 6.
Ooh, you
But
got
that motherfucker did, but boy, Sister so and so wasn't playing that shit that night. She forgot all about her song in the choir. That I forgot what that boy did, man. But she told his ass up. I was just looking at him like, boy. My mom was like, yeah, that's how you looking, good. He sitting up there. I don't know what he did, but she was playing the radio, man. Like I said, I seen kids get their book whooped, and even in the neighborhood, you know. I remember one time my homeboy decided he gonna go on the other side of the street, other side of the block where it was rough.
Mhm.
He was on the edge of back in the day used to be sweetie. It used to be like it was like they say K Town, Chicago. It was a killer boy.
Mhm.
Kids were bad, and he knew his mom. He should have known
Mhm. Mhm.
that. And I'm like Javon, I don't think that's a good idea to go there. We just going on, son. So don't be no wussy kid. Have fun, dude. Because I'm not gonna get in trouble. I got too much stuff going on. I got a drum set. I got Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
I
I
got.
just got some shit going on. I got stuff. I'm not trying to mess that up. Like you can call me all kinds. It was him. It was him and this boy named, I think, Kool-Aid. He's called him Kool-Aid. His name was type of called him Kool-Aid. He smiled like big dimples. And it was him and another boy, I think a boy named Willie. So his mama coming out. I'm playing ball. Back in the day, we used to use a crate to shoot hoops.
Mhm.
And This joke, she comes like, Kelly, you see my son? You know I ain't finna snitch. But them pretty eyes was trying to tell me so. I said, oh shit. No, ma'am. That's all I said was no, ma'am, because I'm trying not to look at her eyes. I was I said, what? I said, yes. Mom's gonna be in trouble. And she was like, Kelsey, don't lie to me. I know you're trying to save your friend.
I'm over here.
I ain't gonna tell him nothing. I was like, is he
Don't
on the other
tell.
side of the edge of it? I was like,
Don't
I'm
tell.
trying not to snitch, you know. Like, damn, she's gonna get some cookies. But yeah, I did tell. You know what I'm saying? So she waited.
Damn
She didn't say,
snitch.
and you could see she was walking. You could see Javon running. She had her shoe and the hanger at the same time. Telling that dude that's well, that. And I ain't never seen a brown skinned dude face turn blue. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Blue?
Yeah, that
That
motherfucker,
bitch
man.
was sick.
That dude was pissed, man.
He was nauseous to damn near
but
internal life of
I know.
non-existing.
Yeah, because see, what scared me was she had to switch in her shoe. And she talking to me like she could have booked me. And I'm like, got nothing to do with that boy getting in trouble. You know, my mom like, you tell the truth. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this. Thank you, Mr. Craig. Because you trying to stick up for a while. I should have booked you, oh ma'am. But then again, you is cute. You me in. I suck it up. I suck it up. I suck it up. Man, he got his ass towed up, man. His brother.
What they say, poor child.
Yeah, poor child. That's all I can tell my buddy, man. He was on punishment for about a month. 2 months, probably. So, I was like, I wasn't trying to get him in trouble. I know that's my homeboy. But I was like, man, you know how educated kids do. They kids crazy. You know, they want to fight little boys. And, man, we got stuff to do. We got Nintendo tournament coming. Look, they want to go fight OGs, kids, all that shit. I'm not too. Let's stay my ass right in these yards. So I want to hear Mrs. McCray getting on me. Her and daddy. Good. I'm gonna play with these He-Man toys and call it the day.
I'm done with your ass. I'm so done with you.
But I haven't talked to Javon. It was that game. I know the last time I heard his oldest brother passed away, and I used to have faith with his sister back.
Wow.
His sister, oh my God. What was that girl's name? Now I'm thinking about it now. Scope. Yeah, what was that girl's name?
Lord, he gonna get it. Don't worry. It's coming.
Let me see. That was Javon. The brother that passed away, me and him used to duke it out a lot, but we were cool. All the name was my team. Oh, I know his sister name. His sister name was Takana. Takana was, oh my God, Takana did me wrong. Takana was one of those girls, had the attitude. Well, let me put it like this. She had some type of attitude, but it was like, whatever type of attitude. Like you'll say, hey, Takana, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And she knew I liked her. I told her I like her sister. But go talk to her. She ain't gonna talk to me, man, because she knows she got an attitude. She don't. Hey, okay, watch this. When I tell you, she did have attitude. You got a nice attitude. If daddy has that, but your daddy don't really have attitude, because he ain't with my brothers. But she has attitude. Why she has attitude? We haven't did anything.
What you mad for? What you mad for?
Yeah, what you mad for now? So he was like, dude, I don't know. Maybe she just not her type. I said, okay, maybe. So one day, one day, I was just talking with this, trying to have a nice conversation with her. Hey, so how's you like the weather? She just looking at me crazy
Mhm.
and walked away. Like, my goodness, what the fuck on? Now remember, this is back in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
So it's back in like 93, 94, whatever.
Mhm.
It's like, when they'll get tired to college, she gonna talk to me. So I guess when his friends, she was all up in his that dude name. Oh, you gonna talk to them, Jake? Talk to me. I mean, ask me how you doing. He ain't said nothing to you, but he got a little smacker. Back in the day, he had a ball face. He had that ball face like Dominique.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I forgot that dude. I think that dude named Steve. She hurt my heart. Yeah, asshole.
Poor thing. Are you okay today, though?
Oh, I'm okay now, but that one nothing compared to the previous one. That one I was just like, man. But I saw Takana a couple of years ago on Facebook before he got added. She reached out. Hey,
Oh.
Takana, I was like, oh, you ain't got no attitude with me now. That's what I'm thinking to the song. You ain't got it because I'm back at the day. You gave me hell, girl. Shoot. Threw a rock at me. And I'm like, Takana, are you serious? She's like, how's the family? And I was gonna get an attitude back at her. Well, what about that? I said, no, not do that. The family doing fine to come. She got like 3 or 4 kids. I was like, never mind.
Moving right along. See, what
I'm
when
moving.
I tell you, stop always thinking about going back in the past to see if you could go back and get a wish I coulda.
Yeah, that
Those
one,
wish I
that's
couldas have
okay.
changed. Everything ain't the same.
That one, I just,
War
man, she
ass. She done had babies
happy
on
life,
your
happy
ass.
life. Look, it's happy wife, happy life on that one. Look like she's happy. But look like the husband look kind of happy in the picture. But
Well, that ain't your problem no more.
yeah, that was, I was done with that. So, maybe God was dodging the bullet for me because at that time, boy,
Won't
he
it
was
to
like,
it?
I was like, I dodged the bullet for that one, man. But I had some crushes, and she was one of them.
Mm.
Frederica was another one. But the only reason why me and Frederica didn't work out is that
Cause what?
we was different ages.
Oh.
Because, let's see, Frederica left the hood back in 93, 92.
Mm.
So I was maybe 13. Frederica was like 11 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Frederica used to always want to hang with me for some strange reason. I could never figure that out. And my brother Eric at the time, just to play, he said, that girl like you, Kels. I was like, Drake? I'm like, you don't like me. Like, yes, you do. He said, every time I come over here, she always in your face. Or even mama used to say, that girl like you, Kelsey, because she always want to see if you want to come outside. My goofy said we'll go outside and play volleyball with her, but just out of nice and kindness. Because she wasn't no bad girl. Now her sister's dog out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Play with. But I'll play with. And he said one day that chick will be your girl. So one day, out of the blue sky a couple of years ago, he was like, hey, Kelsey, you remember that chick used to come by the house to see you named Frederica?
Oh
like,
Lord.
It's like, Frederica. Like, I remember this. Oh, Frederica. He said, yeah. You ever heard from her? I was like, man, I haven't heard from Frederica since 1993. And he said, damn, bro. I said, that chick, like, I still think she still did, bro. She always stick up for you. Even when you was an asshole, she still stick
Mm-hmm.
like, and when I think about it, she did. She did. She would be playing. She want to be on my team, playing baseball, basketball. We be up there playing coloring. I'm showing her how to draw this picture. She showed me how to, the girl stuff and everything and all this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Now when I'm thinking about it, Patricia actually was a good. She was a good girl. She was cute. She was a good girl. Yeah, she had a pretty smile back. But I think because of the age at the time was too
Yeah, age
young.
can
13 or
age.
13 and 10 is
That's
kind of like
that's
they would have looked at that as a pedophile probably in those days.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
So
yeah, yeah,
they really did, man, because
yeah.
her and her cousin with the Jerry Curl had a date.
Mm. Well, that's called crushing.
Right. They were crushed, you
It's a
know.
crush. You can just like something or someone, and and that's it.
Right. And the matter of fact, my mama was the one that gave me one of my bikes, which I
Oh,
wasn't tripping. Damn. Yeah. 'Cause I had like 4 bikes. So my mom never thanked me. No, thank mom. I was like, hey, one time she gave me a kiss on my cheek. That's like, what the hell? So I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
you was so bad.
I was like, what the hell going? I know my homeboy got mad at it because he was pissed. He was like, why she kiss you, Kels? Dude, my mama gave her a bike. I wasn't expecting a kiss, dude. I did want that ice cream cup she had, but she gave me the kiss. So I just take that as ice cream.
Ice
Very good.
cream. It's like that
Just
little,
hate.
like that little Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy with the ring, and
yeah.
what's that movie called? Not Nutty Professor.
Was it Norbit or
Norbit. Yeah,
yeah?
with the
I'm
ring. Will
like,
you
like,
marry me?
dude, get over it, dude. I'm like,
Breaking up with you now.
yeah. I'm like, dude, get over it. She just gave me a kiss on my cheek. I'm sure you gonna get plenty of kisses, but he never did. But no girl was wild back in the day. Scope. That Southside was so serious.
Well, you know,
No girl
did
was wild. Her, April, Alan. Alan was a tomboy. That was Javon's cousin. She was another one. She was light skinned, cute,
hmm
tomboyish. Played basketball, played football with us, and one day I saw somebody on Facebook send me a friend request. Alan. I'm like, what the hell is Alan? When I saw that, I said, yeah, that remember Alan from Indiana. I said, hey, big head. Big head. Man, that's Alan, the Tom girl. We thought she was gonna be gay at the time. We did.
I'm sick of you.
We thought she was gonna be gay. We
Sick
did.
of y'all.
Look, I swear for the God, we thought she was, because she always trying to act like a dude. But when we saw the pictures, well, she far from being gay.
She she was just a tomboy.
It's a tomboy. At the time, she was just a tomboy.
That's it.
She and now look, I admit, she is gorgeous. Last time I was like, damn, that's Ellen. Okay, girl,
Mhm.
go for it. Because that day, girl, we really thought you was to get some stud or something. But,
Hi, Tom. How are you? Good
she
morning.
she was a heck of a man. She good people. She when I look back at some of the kids from back home, the childhood, you know, a lot of us just were just different, but we had fun. We had fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun, you know. And Indiana Block was it was wilding out, you
I'm,
know.
s- you know
Yeah,
what? Enough of your fucking girlfriend stories.
yeah. Them girls that were them girls were
You
wilding
just
out.
had a good life. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
And then you're
man,
making up for 14 years of bullshit. So I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. That when I look back at that
It's
stuff,
night
I
there.
remember.
Oh, well, good
I
night.
I mean, I used to give my mama
Good evening.
hell. Girl, come by the house. They 14, 15, I'm 14, 13. Oh, this girl coming by your house looking for you and yada yada. And you know, I'll never forget Sharonda Parks.
Mm.
Sharonda came at that time. Women back in the day used to drink milk,
Yeah, we did.
and she had a shape, but
What's
she
in
had
milk?
on the wrong outfit. She had on this,
My milkshake brings all the boys in the club.
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, she had that type of shape, but she had on these short shorts. They were short black.
Just chit chatting.
Had the shirt that was short. All this other stuff. I'm like, my mama thinking,
Back in the day, though, we were doing Madonna style,
yeah.
the
She,
pop
and, then,
rock and shit,
and then she had the long hair
short
at the time.
skirts. Yeah.
I was I'm
Mm.
looking at her like my mom was like, all right now, you know, she was asking her who your parent, my mom, she gonna be asking. She like, yes, ma'am. I you know my son and all that. I go to school with him. He be picking on me sometimes. And now you starting off wrong. Talking about someone picking. Ain't no one picking on you.
Nobody picking
All that
on
stuff.
you.
But Sharada was a trip for her. I hope she's okay. But I saw her daughter look just like her the last time. My page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chicago was fun. It was a lot of fun growing up. I just,
It was a life lessons.
yes,
Your face is
Chicago,
blue from smiling.
man. The stuff that I seen, I now when I talk about it now, I laugh at it. Now it was like you said, scope. It was a spirit. It was fun. We did things, and then when I moved to Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
that brought reality of life and stuff. You're like, okay,
Mm-mm.
this is what. All
Tom
right, yeah, okay, let me
Cruise.
figure this out. How to manage this and stuff like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Well,
just try to make up for the time being and all that stuff.
life is life, and though I sit back and I'm gonna start doing my pre-recording podcasting, and I'm just gonna talk about some of my growing up in life and
Yes,
some dark shit is going to just be talked about. But um, it's about understanding where we come from as for me
right.
and why I and who I am today. And everybody sees me as this foot model, m- but who's always happy and baby. We learn to put fucking masks on every goddamn day. But I do
Right.
my best to give you my best every fucking day I come on social media. I get
Right.
tired. So
You
yeah,
know,
it's I do appreciate you sharing your time with me and talking about some real life dreams. I mean not dreams, but experiences in life.
I appreciate it. This is like I said, this is the most that I ever been open to open up a lot. And, you know,
I'm
I
just
think,
preparing you.
yeah, it's cool, because all people used to always like, hey, you need to open up more. I was like, the- you had to get a Pandora box to get conversations of the past.
Hmm.
Me, if you never asked, I wouldn't tell. You know, but I guess as you get older, you start thinking like, okay, maybe share some of this wisdom to people, guys, men, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as being in the foot
Good
game, you
morning.
telling me about that how they really start. Your sexual life when you start when you and how you were brought up.
Yeah.
You know, and
Life
seeing
lessons
things.
come with lots of knowledge and lots of mistakes and you know growing up and I'm going to explain to people why I choose not to say the word regrets. um
Right.
uh verbiage is big for me, and I feel like since everybody want to be in a relationship with me, I'm gonna give you some reasons why you should just let me be me.
And
And
you
then
know
you'll
what?
understand.
another thing, you know, um, learning from their experience, the your topics, you know, not to be a Captain Savior.
Don't be no Captain Saber hoes.
And I'm gonna tell you that
Both sides of the whip.
is not something that
Life
that's all like
lessons. That it's
yeah
life lessons. But I must commend you for learning to be okay with being vulnerable. It took you a
yeah
minute.
yeah
I remember the experience of you going through your divorce,
yeah
and you got very emotional and you just cried. And you was like apologizing for crying. And I'm sitting here like, why are you apologizing for being human? you know?
because because you had to think about it like we was always tied to be tough.
Suck it up.
Yeah, I never seen my daddy cry.
Mm.
Now I see them in pain,
Mm.
but I never like seen him emotion and like that. You know, to the point of the day. But I could tell when my father was hurt, but
Mm.
he'll play it off like whatever. You know, and
I honestly, when, because I've had people like that in my life, they
yeah,
won't show those emotions. They be like, all right. And I learned to have that type of shield as well.
right.
But I know when he has those days and he can just be by his fucking self, he sit there and he fucking cried a few times. I
I'm sure.
promise you.
I'm sure that my father did because, like I said, I never seen.
Mm.
You
I
know,
never seen my father cry.
uh, so for me to deal with what I was dealing with, yeah, that was like emotion and
Yeah.
dealing with your mama's death and all that kind of going on, and dealing with your other family, auntie, and cousin. That's a lot going on,
A lot. A
and
lot.
then the divorce, you know, that is more of like, okay, you did it like after mom. This is I was gonna do it before mom passed. I wanted to be there for you, all that. Really? So yeah, that's a lot. And then you spending all your years with this stuff.
Yeah.
And
Take your
so yeah,
time.
that will affect.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did take a toll on us. Really, I was
Yeah.
like
Life is
sitting
life.
in the right, sitting in a dark cloud and trying to figure out how to deal with this. You know, it's a difference when you're breaking up with someone that you're not married to. You can kind of be like, okay, well, I can either move on or whatever. When you're
It's
married
9:31 a.m.
and your family doing a 360 or the one of your life, yeah, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got history with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you're talking about divorce. And, some people can't handle it.
No.
Some people can't, you
No.
know. You seen people, they go through a mental stage. Some of them commit suicide.
Hold on one second. What time is it in Hawaii?
It is, it's 3:32.
You took the day off in the morning?
Yeah, yeah, I'm just going in the morning. I go there about 9:30.
Okay.
And
I
I
just
got to do a
wanted to
split
know the
shift.
time right quick.
I got to do a split shift, but it's like short shift.
He called out though.
Yeah, I called. I want to get the book that outside.
He
And
got to that Bud Light.
I rarely don't even call out like I rarely.
I apologize for cutting you off, but go ahead and finish your story.
No, but what I would say this is that a lot of people, when they deal with marriage, a lot of them don't know how to deal with that, deal with it because there could be kids involved in it.
Mhm.
It could be, suicide,
Mhm.
mental,
Mhm.
and and everybody else ain't gonna deal with it different.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, you don't want to have it all balled up because what's gonna happen, you're gonna snap and hit the wrong person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
But
and
it's all up to that person to accept people in because a lot of people
right,
like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be around. They get depressed and then they cut the world off. And then you need the
right,
world to heal. You know what I mean?
right,
So yeah, I
right.
get that.
And,
Yeah.
and people see it. They
Oh
see it.
yeah.
This is not the same person
Yeah.
that's been smiling and being happy. They going through it.
Yeah.
All this stuff. So you just got to learn how to be very open about certain situations, man. You gotta ask if you have some type of faith, you ask God. So trust me, I best believe it. I didn't tell my family almost close to the year
Yeah.
that I was going to separation
Yeah.
because those jokers was ready to
Come right on
be on
down
the.
there. I would have
They
been
wanted
on.
to be on.
I'll be
They
on
wanted to be on
vacation
the.
watching that ass whooping.
They was on the tech mode. So
Yeah.
I
It it
I
it,
had
it
to.
would have been that way because it is supposed to have went that way. One, because you're down there by yourself, no
Right,
family. So yeah,
right.
everybody's on attack mode. What the fuck did she do? Why did she do this? How she treat you? She did what? Yeah. So I was ready to just get on the fucking
Yeah.
plane and drag her ass to the goddamn ocean. But
Yeah,
but you know,
she was ready. She was ready. Her and my niece at the time that were pregnant and my sister, they was just on the radio tech for like, what the fuck going on? And my brother had just told me when my godson called,
mhm.
told me like, we need to get frustrated on this girl, man, because
Yep.
she's gonna do something out of the blue
I told your
and
ass and you didn't fucking
yeah,
listen.
you have to learn a lesson because you can't always be gullible about she ain't gonna do that or he's not gonna do that.
When a
Yeah,
woman is scorned, I am good at telling you what the fuck to prepare yourself for.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
She was so she did a 360 on that. My brother kept telling me he was like, you gotta stop being nice and look, man. He like, man, but you let your heart be your enemy. So
Your
that
heart becomes jaded when it's
yeah,
fucked up.
you're like, okay, then you go to jail for something
You
that you had no business going to jail for. You
thank
know,
God you beat
and
that case. That's a
yeah, you
testimony.
right. You beat the trust me. I beat the case because I had to. We had recording and talking with the judge because a lot of times that you got to be careful with some of them lawyers. They be like, you could play it or go to counseling or probation. And I'm like, dude, first of all, I didn't hit nobody. I got hit. But I
Luckily,
still
you
go.
had those recordings.
Right. Recording is the best thing. So if
That's
you're
your
going
buddy.
through, if you're going through a marriage, it's you feel like that person attack you, gotta do some recording. You know,
I'm gonna
just
step away, but they can still hear you. I gotta go
yeah,
piss.
you did. You so silly. Step away from the situation where you get to the point where you got to be careful what you say on the record. That would be the best advice because that way when you go to court or whatever, they look at what you were saying and everything. In my situation, the young lady was cussing and all this stuff, and I had to, as usual, hold my pride and just avoid what she was saying, but kept the recording going. So if it wasn't with the recording, man, I would have been in trouble. Real talk.
about 6 hour piss. All right. Whew. I'm back.
Are you good? You good, love?
I had to piss on it. That was a grown man's piss. But yeah, we're gonna have some more conversations like that soon. I just I just gonna start pre-recording
Mhm.
a lot of my things about what I want to talk about because uh time, time is everything. And it helps me when I'm sitting here. I could be talking and doing my voices and all this shit. So I'm working on more time for me. Show my biceps.
Right.
You wanna?
I think, nowadays the podcast is more of an open volume like the radio was, like the radio stations are.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing.
Because,
It's the same thing. It's just
yeah,
visual now.
pod, podcasts, when you do a podcast, as I'm looking at, you are the person that basically is like the storyteller.
Yeah.
And you're the person that can give, like when you look at podcasts, because this to me it's the new thing now.
Mm,
And when you podcast, a lot of times you don't know what you're gonna talk about. It just pops up. I'll tell some stuff you just gonna pop up. Or if
Thank
you're the
you,
type of person
son.
just write stuff down, if you write stuff down, yeah, you'll do it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think for me when we have conversation, it pops up.
Yeah.
And then it'd be stories that I can remember
Mm-hmm.
and I have to go all about it until we have a topic. And I'd be like, yeah, I remember that's and just the purpose. I remember when we were talking, I remember some of the stuff, growing up in Chicago and in Georgia and stuff like that. Because I laughed at it now. 'Cause I was like, oh, those jokers was so serious.
Mm-hmm.
They did, they did what they did, you know.
Absolutely.
So, so yeah, it's good to have these podcasts, you know.
Yeah.
And
It for me. It's more of a healing thing.
right, right. You
Like,
know, we have the podcasts where, like, well, I'm gonna say it wasn't a podcast. Like when we look at some of the radio hosts back in the day, like Tom Jordan, you can look at stuff that they did on their radio stations.
mm-hmm.
Okay? You know, he helped. I'm sure he weren't perfect, but he helped kids in college. And then he had that silly show, It's Your World,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So that right there was entertaining. You know, with him and Dub Banks and a lot of those
Uh-huh.
guys. But
Mm-hmm.
and but doing these podcasts, man, you never realize how truthful and blessed you might help somebody that's listening, you know, to your stories, or they can observe, what you've been through, or they have a story,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes the podcast is like your therapist.
Right.
It is like your therapist. You
Right.
might not be able to talk to someone close to you, but sometimes talking to a stranger can be like, man,
Come on.
I seen that, or I
Come on.
experienced that,
Come on.
So it's good to have people like yourself. And I heard other podcasters, they have stories,
Mm-hmm.
and you listen to it, be like, whoa, how the fuck that happened? How did you do it?
It's
I tip my I tip my hat to you guys for doing these podcasts because I know it's a lot of work.
It is.
It looks like a lot of work. It looks fun, but I can see it's a lot of work because you got to deal with all the technology, the microphone,
Sometimes
try to
this
see
work don't work,
the
and yeah.
streamer, and you're like, ah, damn, it's gonna stop. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's time consuming. That's why I got to the point where I explain to people stop wasting my time because this ain't all the fuck I'm doing about feet, about this, about that. I'm
Right.
doing a lot of stuff. I'm enjoying life now. Like
Yeah.
I evolved into I because I ain't I've been talking about everything that I've been talking about. I'm now
Right.
doing it. It just took time to do it. Now that
Right.
I done sat here yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you how long I've been sitting here. I sat here yesterday for about a good 5 hours on my couch, on my laptop, fixing up my Streamlab, fixing up my setting, understanding, oh, I need this, understanding, oh, I don't have to have that. And learning and because with me, I have to understand by pushing the button. If I don't
Right.
push the button, I don't know what the fuck it does. I don't
Right.
care if I end up on live and then clicking the fuck off. I just want to know what the fuck it does so I don't do it again or
Right.
know how to use it. So yesterday for almost 5 hours, I figured out how to set my laptop up for streaming. I figured it out. I got my setup right. I got it all how I want it. So now I did that. All I got to do is go live on my laptop. But
Right.
now that I'm getting ready to get to the point where I'm going to start going outside to stream, I got the right setup to go outside and stream. I have the right microphone. I have the right sound card. It took time to get to all of these things. And that was my topic yesterday about people pleasing or don't be so delusional thinking that I'm here to satisfy every fucking need from a
So yeah.
person, a request. Oh, I like when can you do this? Can you do that? Can you post this? Can At this point, if you're asking me to post this, can't you pay for it so that you can fucking post it? That's what a JOI is for. And so I'm just gonna turn my podcast, and this is why it helps me stay humble and patient with people who really don't understand how to do social media, don't understand the difference between, oh, she making money on social media or is she making money off of social media.
Right.
So I'm educating it, and it's all kinds of things. And like I said, I'm gonna start talking about mental health more because the holidays are coming, and you helping a lot of guys. I promise you are helping a lot of men who are going through
Uh,
so much shit mentally, emotionally, physically, rebirthing themselves. And you really are helping a lot of people. And I appreciate you for being vulnerable and and
no
and
problem.
and growing.
I don't. I appreciate that. I do it from from the heart,
Yeah.
and and I pretty much we joke about it to the sense of humor, but
Yeah.
it does help guys. And the stories, like I said, the stories that I tell you, they're real. There's nothing fake about it. And I seen it, I experienced it, or I witnessed it, been around people, you know, from the Midwest, the dirty South, and in the Pacific,
Hmm.
Pacific West Coast, the Pacific West
The
Coast,
Pacific
you know,
West Coast.
and you know, and it's good to to see that help people, to say, hey man, I appreciate that you took that time to tell them what was going on, you know, like you were saying, so it's more than just us doing footsteps. We do other stuff, we caregiving, DJ privately, um, you out here nature life, and
Self healing.
just having that conversation. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, and she was going through some stuff, health wise, and like I told her, stay humble, pray to God, whatever. I was gonna fight it to Bible study, but something said,
No.
nah, because I don't. I
Get
haven't
your own
started to.
Jesus. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
No
You
more
do
Bible
enough church.
studying for you with nobody. Just take
Yeah,
your ass.
yeah. You know what, fellas, ladies, even ladies. Look, I love the Lord too. Okay, but you can't have old females that you used to fuck around with going to the same Bible study.
Everybody, everybody ain't trying to be saved the same way. Stop
No,
it.
there's a different saving for some of them, because questions going to be asked like, how did you know? And then before if you're gonna do that, make sure you have your story. Say, hey, when you tell them to say you met me at the cafe.
Now,
Look,
not that we lying anything going to
yeah,
Bible study and
right,
shit.
right,
Let's just keep it
right.
a buck.
Yeah, look, you met me at the coffee
See, I
cafe,
told you
or
they do more sinning in the church than they
yeah,
do on the
yeah, they do.
street.
Yeah, look, they was doing sitting in that church for
Good
decades.
night time.
That's it. Sam Cooke was a perfect example. The
Mm-hmm.
body clouds of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example. James Cleveland. Even didn't know he's in the Hawkins family.
Yeah, such
you know,
sinners.
they humans, but they had a
Rest
life.
well.
I'm sure that they loved the Lord, but they also knew that their music was business. It was a business too. But outside their personal life, man, some of those guys did stuff you could have, oh, whoa,
Hmm.
but they're human. But
Mm-hmm.
but as adults and a fan, we put them on pedestals.
Yeah.
You know, eh, they're not perfect. They're not perfect. You see that through Kurt Franklin. He's not
Right.
a perfect. Now, I'm sure that Kurt Franklin's a good dude. Sure he is,
We
but
all
he's
have
not
some good in us.
right.
We all
Kurt
do.
went through some stuff. He should have go G up on his mama by his dad. That dude, like, oh, Kurt, but
I may be
no,
5 foot, bitch, but I'm gonna go in your ass.
right. He's gonna go in, but yeah, I don't mind telling stories. And, give the best advice that I can give, and because been on this world for 45 years and coming, from a background of two parents, they look, guys. I drove my parents crazy. They just up and shit.
I believe that shit.
You 3 boys and 1 girl in the house. It will drive your mom and daddy crazy, you know.
Insane in the
And
brain.
they we drove them. They drove us crazy just as well, but we really made them crazy. Though we did some shit growing up. We did, but
Insane in
I
the
would change.
membrane. We all did
I
some crazy shit growing the fuck up. I
I
think we did
I
it
would.
better though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't change it in the world. I would change it.
Absolutely.
Life lessons.
Never
When I talk,
regret.
right, when I talk about the word accident, it is a reason. So
Hmm.
that's a lesson for y'all for not to do stuff that I did.
When we try to tell y'all motherfuckers what not to do, that's
That
so
is
y'all can do it right, bitch. That's
yeah,
all we're trying to tell. Don't do
right.
it this way. Do it
Don't do it this
that
way.
way. Okay? It's just life lessons. That's how you got here. Don't do it this way.
Yeah,
Do it that
please
way. If
don't.
he can't understand it's just a skin off of a skin thin, don't let him do it to you.
If it's
Fellas,
something
don't
that
fall in the pudding and
yeah
get dumb
you might
dumb.
slip, don't don't fall in it, man. Wear the right shoes. Don't wear the Pumas. Wear the Nikes.
Stay 10 toes down, bitch. Hold your
yeah,
guard.
yeah, man. Hold your guard, man. Grounded, man. Because you'll be sitting in something for 18 years, you don't know nothing about it. Stay away from pretty eyes, and you
Ah.
know.
And that's what everybody did back in the day. They looked
Make
at your eyes. They
pretty eyes.
always, I'm going to tell
Make
you
it
what my
just.
go tos for guys were. You got pretty eyes. I love your skin. Your hair is so nice and curly and da. It was just an image description. They never ever really, and this is when I started paying attention and started really becoming selective with fucktards.
Yeah.
because when they didn't acknowledge my wisdom, when they didn't acknowledge my creativity, things like that, when they didn't acknowledge the fact that I can run and sprint and this and that, well, you really wasn't infatuated with me entirely. You was just infatuated with the
Right.
image. So I learned how to grow up and read men better, and that's why I'm such an asshole today. Absolutely.
I had to learn for myself, and
Y'all did.
just, you know, dealing with my thing was women with pretty eyes as well. You got some cat eyes. Oh, we should
I
go in.
had those ancient Chinese secret eyes. They're getting more almond now.
See,
My
pretty
God,
eyes,
those
pretty
eyes used
smile.
to cause problems. Oh my God. Oh,
That,
it was
that's how.
but
That's how my.
my
See,
my main thing was when I was growing up, they said light skinned women were exotic looking. And I had to learn what the fuck they mean by exotic looking when we're from America. What's exotic about the skin color? We've been this color for centuries. We were created this color. And then I just sat back and I'm like, okay, they think that because a female thought because of being light skinned it was going to get me everything. And it got me nothing but
yeah,
problems after problem after problem. And so I felt like when people now are talking about their skin tones and how it got them to be, hey, Jimmy, good morning. Racism was always going to be a thing because people find reasons to hate. That's just a gift on
right,
that one. That's just their gift
right,
of hating. But,
right,
for me, I experienced racism. I experienced prejudice.
right,
Prejudice came from Latinos, the Indians, the India, anything light skinned. It my tone. I got it. White people didn't like it. It was fuck. So I experienced all of this ignorance growing up
right.
to listening to my mom, who was white. She just sat there and I promise she tried to guard my life with a fucking toothpick. If you get behind that one, there's another one coming.
Mm.
Racism is in every country.
Oh yeah,
It's not just in the US, it's in every country.
every country, yeah.
Every country. So,
You see it, you see it like if you're dating someone from India, and
mm,
you know their cultures, their family might not like blacks for no reason, but they see the stereotype.
but you're part of us.
Yeah, it's part of us. You go to the Japanese country, some of them, it's the same way, same way.
I was high in
Yeah,
Ireland. Now that we found
yeah,
out that we had black Irelanders.
mm-hmm,
Black
yeah,
people are all over the fucking world.
right.
All over the
We,
world. We were
we in
in
Brazil,
places that you didn't even think that we would be. We've been there.
In the
Absolutely.
Philippines, we in Taiwan, you know,
Everywhere. It's just
we
sad how black people are the saviors, but yet the enemy. Can y'all make it make sense? We come in peace.
yeah,
We save everyone but ourselves. So what were we doing with the racism? It's just ignorance. People are tired of the shit. Really, they are.
yeah, they are. People are really tired of the racism.
Yeah. It's
So,
we I don't know. I don't why do you
and then top of
hate?
that, so you gotta think about it. A lot of us are tired of it because a lot of different races got mixed people in it. So how do they have to deal with that shit? You know, just imagine like, okay, like you say, your mom was white and your dad black. Okay, just imagine with the kids, and I can pretty much imagine what you went through. as a child.
I
Dealing
went
with
through hell,
light
hell,
skin and you
hell.
know, you know, and like you like, well, damn,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
tell you
beat it.
what made it even worse for me growing up. And that's why my daddy and my grandmothers on my daddy's side kept me in the fucking house. Men, absolutely. Men.
Mm,
They will always say, she's pretty. They always, she's so pretty. And they're like, why are you talking about my child, my granddaughter? Why are you focusing on her being pretty? So they always just kept me in the house off the streets. Because growing up, that's all men looked at was me being pretty. Like I'm a fucking baby doll growing up or some shit. And it just weirded them the fuck out. Some of us had it hard growing, and then that's why I pay. My father always told me to look up because when I used to walk with my head down.
mm-hmm.
He said, "What you looking at?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "That's exactly my fucking point. Keep your head up so you can see what's coming. You can see the shit coming. You can't see shit if you're looking down." All these things that they told me as a child, I see it now. And
Right,
I use those as my daily armor. Pay attention to your surroundings. Men gonna say any and every fucking thing they can to get in your space. Be
right,
selective. Be very. My father taught me these things,
right.
and I listened. I had to learn some hardships, but I listened. So
Yeah,
being light skinned ain't no win.
right.
And I don't understand why a lot of white women want black babies. It pisses me off. And then they treat them like shit.
Yeah,
I
see, that's
hear
so.
so many stories today about young biracial children growing up with a white woman, and it's sickening that my mother never portrayed on me. Never.
I
You
heard
know,
that too. So,
Matt,
yeah.
she was very protective. She
Mm,
protected me more from the white people than the black people because she knew what was going to happen.
mm-hmm.
So it being light skinned don't make or biracial any tone like this. If you're black and you're dark skinned, please embrace it because baby, you just don't know how bad I sit here and be like, if I could just paint my skin and go on, and, change my color. But I had to learn to embrace and respect my color and from who I am and change the way people reflect their views on me.
Right.
So it being a pretty motherfucker ain't it, baby, that's why I'm over here single and at peace. My past relationships taught me how insecure a man can be.
Mm-hmm.
It really I didn't call you weak. I just said insecure. A lot of the men that I have dealt with for years, I had long-term relation, 5 long-term relationships. 5. I've always, I'd never had this broken up, this broken up, this broken up, back rebound, rebound, rebound. 5 relationships, long term. And every last one of them were a shit show, including my marriage with my husband. Mhm. Was a shit show, and every relationship was the same shit. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she beautiful? You're it was the focus on my image and not my personality. No one heard any of that. And that's why I decided to become a dame because it fit who I was as a person. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
learn to hear me. You're gonna
Right.
learn to respect me as a human,
Right.
But I'm gonna talk about a lot of this stuff, but again, it's more inviting when you have someone that you can talk to and kind of give two sides of a story of
Right.
experiences. So I appreciate your support and your
Well,
time.
no, no problem, love. No problem.
I know your
No
ass
problem.
need to go to fuck to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down in a few minutes. Get this water, then I'm gonna go lay down. Take care of these folks so they will. Yes, I do
Oh,
caregiving. Yes, I do caregiving as well. I've been a nurse for almost 22 years. So yeah.
you gotta learn to
So
love. You gotta have a passionate heart for that type of
yeah,
job. You gotta
you
love people.
yeah, you gotta love, and
You
it,
gotta love.
you gotta love you, because if you don't, man, you will be asked out. And best believe, I done seen some workers, and a lot of them didn't make it too far in this field, you know. And some of them, to me, if I don't know how the hell they became oriented. I really don't understand how the hell they got there. Well, I do understand, because some of them got their cheeks clapped. Some of them did.
We're gonna
I'm
skip
not.
it back.
I'm not going to give names, but that's another story I tell too. I was like, how the hell you get that? The light party was the light party of the nurses. That is true.
They have their flaws though, but I
No,
do appreciate good people like you that do take care of our elderly because a
you
lot of us
welcome. Yeah,
can't take care of our elderly because we're worrying about taking care of our family and our children. So those that
it is.
really care to do the job, thank you.
You welcome. A lot of them. A lot of them got a lot of responsibility.
Mhm.
A lot of them taking care of the home, take care of their grandkids, they take
That's
care of
it.
the husband. You know, they even they look. I done been in some places where even doing home health where you taking care of the loved one, and yeah, that that loved one need a break.
Yeah,
That 3 hours just to chill or make your errands or just going to sleep. You might not think they don't need it, but you gotta look out inside their life.
absolutely.
They they dealing with, especially if the patient is dementia or if they had a stroke, brain tumor. They trying to take care of the house. They trying to help their kid, adult kid, grandkid. They want to go to church or anything just
Yeah.
to get away for 3 hours.
And that's why a
They
lot of
want to,
parents today, but we need someone to
rather,
help with these children because they're getting kicked the fuck out the home because parents don't want to be parents
right.
today. So it grows beyond,
They run the business, two
yeah,
health cares.
it's crazy.
You know, it's a lot that these families go through too. Now and then there's that other side where the conflict with siblings. You know,
Yeah.
why is this? Why are they not getting this and fighting Medicare to get? I mean, it's a lot.
It's a
So that's
lot.
why they be. That's why they be so glad. Like, ooh, I think, are you here today?
Woo! Thank you for the lily. Yeah,
yeah,
I appreciate those that do their
yeah,
job respectfully and
yeah,
honorably. We need a
yeah.
lot more
Get-
of those.
and the thing is that those friendships
Mhm.
go on for years.
Oh yeah.
I did have some patients that I took care of, and some of them I'm still friends with or I'm Facebook with, and I took care of their loved ones maybe like 10 years ago, 13
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
Treat you like family, and they consider you. You know more about the family. They cousin.
Uh-huh. You build
They,
that. You build that
yeah,
trust. Is
right. They,
everything.
they they trust you more than that than they trust their own kids.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's how sometimes it can be. They be like, man, I appreciate this. I don't think I could. You be like, damn, and that's you just have to have that attitude, and trust me, it's really a time that I didn't want to go in. Some days I'd be like, "What? I hope the day would be good, Jesus. Please don't let
Let it go well. Let's go peaceful. Yeah, but everybody had
Yeah,
those days though, But
yeah. It's
it's
life.
it's hard to do that type of job and then deal with
It
your own
is.
emotions and because you're watching people transition out,
Yeah.
you know, and
Hey.
that can be and I think about this one. I can't think of his name, but he was very famous on TikTok with this older gentleman. He passed, and he
Uh,
always had that favorite chair that he would sit in and do that same old crazy dance. And
mhm.
I used to sit back like, damn, ain't you tired of doing that same ass dance? But I'm like, that man ain't tired. Why is you worried about? It
Right.
helps me check myself, like why people do things consistently for certain people, and then when the man passed, it he took that deep
Yeah.
hard, and I can just only like because you spent day after day after day after day with this person till they
Mhm.
transitioned, and that person probably have gave you the most humbling experiences and
Mhm. Companion.
stories, so yeah,
Companions. A lot of them
yeah.
companion stories. And
Mhm.
that one particular cup of coffee, just talking with them every day.
Yeah,
You know, some of them don't need care. They just want some companion. They won't probably have to sweep the floor or fix them a breakfast. They
yeah,
just want the rest to watch cowboy movies
yeah,
or and don't be the ones that you really because see some of them don't even have family.
yeah, yeah,
You have some where even here, Scope, you have some that there's no family here, but there's family in a different state, and because of their job ability, they have to travel. So it's like the, the nurses are more like their go to go.
mhm,
You know, so yeah, you have to kind of look at it like that, and then even though sometimes as a caregiver you go beyond,
mhm,
sometimes sometimes you got to step back for a minute because you be like, okay, if I do this, I might be in the wrong. Let me just step back and observe. I'm
right,
gonna see what's gonna go on. So yeah, you gotta have a heart and a brain now
yeah,
that you're doing this.
yeah.
You know,
Because I'd
because
sit back and I think like, okay, uh, with my ex best friend, he
uh,
blind, he needed kidney. I got to do all the work and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, now you get to realize what it feels like to take care of someone that been taking care of you.
yeah,
Because when I was going through my mental downs, my mental breakdowns, and my confusions and suicidal thoughts, he was there.
yeah,
And now that I get to take care of him, actually understand what if he didn't have me, imagine what other people would treat him, how they would treat
right,
him, because
right,
I would go to the doctors and I would have to like tell the nurses you have to let them take you upstairs and I have to find you and blah 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 because I had to go park. It's a lot into
right,
taking care of people with disabilities. So I understand when you're dealing with people who have cancer, when you're dealing with people who have had trauma experiences and have to go through healing and physical therapy and blah 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 blah. Mental health is all involved in it. It's a lot.
absolutely.
It's a lot. So I when I have my dark damn days of goddamn past stressed out, I'd be like, well, if Kelsey can do it, you can do it.
Yes, you can. Trust me, sweetie. I even had clients. I even had a female client I
Ugh.
had to take care of because she went through some trauma.
Mhm.
And she had distrust. Like she see me, she good.
Mhm.
Her mom was there, but like the because we was kind of the same age,
Mhm.
it was like her trust.
Mhm.
When she wakes up, she had to hold me tight. She felt like, okay, I feel safe with this dude. This
Mm-hmm.
dude,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
You never know what a person's been through in their fucking lives. That's why I
right,
tell people,
right.
stop thinking that they are there just for you.
Yeah, they appreciate it. To tell you, they see if you no harm, and I even still have patients. Some patients, I had a lady tell me that one of my patients was asking about me because they haven't. I can call her, but due to the fact, policy,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
like to do that on my own time. But I took care of their loved one for almost 3-4 years, and because of changing hours and shifts,
Mm-hmm.
I had, but they was a good family, and I learned a lot from their history. I think they were, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were Samoan, German, Chinese. But she told me a lot about how she grew up and how she came to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. I knew the aunties.
Do it all,
But
baby. Do it
yeah,
all.
they
And
were the
some
same, but they were funny, but they were cool. They were cool. But
absolutely.
yeah, so I took care of her husband, and and they appreciate it. You know, Yeah, it's just like you said, sweet. You have to have some patience to it. My sister was a nurse almost 30 years, and my brother's the same oldest brother. He's a nurse. So he
Mm-hmm.
been with almost 20, 30 years himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in our blood, you know. But you know, this wasn't something I was gonna say I was gonna do when I was brought up. Like I had everything about
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about being a cabinet maker. That was
You know what I
that was
wanted to be when I was growing up? I wanted to be a
mhm.
lawyer. Everybody
Yeah,
always said I had that fucking smart ass mouth and I was very intelligent. I'm very intelligent. I just
right,
may
right,
talk differently and don't sound intelligent all the time, but I'm very intelligent. I always
right,
wanted to do, I've always wanted to do, be a lawyer. And then if I couldn't be
right.
a lawyer, I wanted to be some type of uh, CEO of a company of a pharmaceutical, you know,
Oh, okay,
because I
yeah.
wanted to do things like healing and shit. But then it's like, why are we creating drugs that do more damage than save? We need a drug for everything in our body for survival mode, and that's sick.
It is.
This
It is.
causes this, and this can fix that, but then it's gonna cause this. And I sat there, and I'm like, because I promise you. Oh yeah, I wanted to learn about pharmaceuticals and all that shit, the chemicals. I wanted to be a scientist too. I did.
Right.
But here I am, a fucking podcaster, foot model. Voila.
I will change this a bit, my love. I trust me.
Absolutely.
I would not change this for a bit.
I
Um,
appreciate your work.
yeah,
That
you
you
the
you you even leveled it up, and you took pride
yeah,
into it. You leveled up and everything in it
yeah,
in your career. Put it
yeah.
that way.
I this was something that was never put on the map because sometimes you never know what God have in store for you. You know, and I started off at taking care of my grandma, me and my sister and stuff like that when she was sick.
Mhm.
You, so my sister used to be like, you'll be a good nurse. And I used to be like, shit, fucking with grandma. I don't know
That's a lot of
that.
goddamn work grandma put me through. But she was
Grandma,
teaching you how to be humble and compassionate.
right. And see, grandma she could be high headed, but she listened to me
Mm.
or my sister. She did her own daughter.
Mhm.
So that's how I got into this nursing, medical field. And trust me, I didn't been to every hospital, nursing home health. I didn't deal with crazy nurses.
Mm.
You didn't deal with families. And sometimes you just have to swallow your pride and keep it moving. But then there's that other side. You be like, man, what the hell you just said?
Did you just and those skits that I see people doing from like
Yeah,
nursing home and shit? That shit be like, I understand.
that shit is right.
I
I understand
understand.
it. I when I see it, when you're short staffed, it, I get it. You be like, what?
Mhm.
What you gonna do?
Back
What?
in the
Ah,
90s, there's this the rest home is still there.
yeah.
It's on it's in Durham and it's on what's this? Holloway Street.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say back in the 90s, this place was horrible. It was a horror house for the elderly. I would go and visit, like not visit, but go like check on one of my dudes that was dealing with back in the day.
Hmm.
And they would have these people tied to the rails. They would be pissy soaking wet. And
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all not saying anything. Y'all not gonna do nothing. And this been going on for years and years and years. And I'm like, why ain't anybody doing anything? And then people always end up dying every night. Every fucking night somebody was dying. And I'm sitting here like seeing the horrible conditions. And so, I had to go talk to a friend that knew a friend from a friend,
Hmm.
and things started changing. But it was just horrible to see these people like that, just like they were just nothing,
Right. Right. Right.
and I understand, well, mind your business, keep your job versus do you want yourself to be treated like that?
Exactly. Sometimes I don't know what state it. I don't know. Is it New York or Iowa? You see the situation with how they you know reevaluate some of those nursing homes now.
Mm.
Stuff that they didn't had complaints in the past. The state didn't do anything, and now they catching fines and stuff like that.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
that should be real.
I'm gonna
That's why
say
we tell
since
people
since COVID.
check practice.
Oh yeah, since
Please
COVID
check.
though, they had changed. Everyone has changed in any professional, medical, any profession or any
Yeah,
job these days.
it has
They
changed.
don't do their job anymore. It's just they there for a check. That's that long miserable fucking 8-hour check. That's what they're there
Man,
for. You know.
yeah, like I see that after COVID, like
Yeah.
you go to some of the facilities, either they gonna help you or you don't. You
It's
know,
sad.
hell, sometimes they don't even want to do a report. And
I
you're
had to cuss
like,
the one out that was taking care of my father. I had to ask them what the fuck was they on because
mm-hmm,
who does this? I would go and visit because he was in Ohio and I'm living down here, so I would have to go and visit, and I would
mm-hmm,
call, and every time I fucking call, I'm on hold, I'm on hold, I'm on hold, I'm on hold. Okay, so we're playing this fucking game. I go down there, I clean up, I talk shit, I cuss everybody the fuck out, and when I say everybody from the floor to the motherfucking behind the desk. I cuss everybody out. The owner,
right,
because why are you letting these people here in this messy, stank ass shit when they deserve so much better? My father was a
right,
vet. This how you treat the people that served your fucking country, bitch, that kept your
right,
ass safe. This what we get, so
absolutely.
they they got their ass together. I said, I will bring this bitch down with all of us in it, bitch. Keep fucking with me. This is
It,
disrespectful. This is life.
it's sad, sweetie. Tell you, man. And what
Then you
we
got
tell people,
people. I've been watching this one show called The Nurse. How
mm-hmm,
he just been. There's a woman version and then there's a male version. This one's the male version of the male killing people in the IC unit with using insulin. Yeah, it's crazy. So a lot of these accidental deaths, y'all better look really, really into it. And then you got people that aren't being treated respectfully. It's a lot. So yeah, I feel like those who have compassion to love just people for people, thank you.
You
I
check on your
appreciate it.
families if I got them in the nursing home. Call them, see how
Yeah,
they doing. Even if don't even tell them that you're coming up there. Just check on them.
yeah. Just say
Get
hi.
yeah, hey hi. And look, I even suggest y'all to check their breathe to see if they wet. Cause let me tell you, you know,
Absolutely. I
cause
agree.
it been I don't have an issue if you ask me, can you check my daddy or see if he's wet? I go in there and check if he's not my patient. Now
Yeah.
that they let me do it, but yeah, because I don't know how long he been sitting there wet or anything. I don't know. You know, only thing I could think of if that was my love,
Yeah.
you know. I don't want you to be sitting up there pissing and you got a damn bed sore or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
And see, my
So
father
yeah,
was blind. So that's why I say that when I think about the treatment of my father, I think about the treatment of my ex best friend.
hmm
If I wasn't able to be around and he didn't have his mom at the moment, he would be in a nursing home or some
yeah,
facility. And I can only imagine the shit show. Because he was one of them motherfuckers to sit there and tell you what time it is, whether he can't fucking see where he at. And with him having the type of attitude that he has, it could only get worse for him. You know?
yeah,
So people
yeah.
need to learn to let people be people, get to know who you're working with. It's the same thing with anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. You're doing a
Oh
job,
yeah,
and you're taking care of, you're protecting yourself and them.
right.
And it's a lot. So
You,
healthcare. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
we try. That's why we drink beers all the time.
I can only imagine what else they do.
that that part in that show Grey's Anatomy
Oh, I'm gonna binge
is a
watch that
perfect
bitch.
look when they be in that scene because I haven't watched it in so long, but in those scenes where they be at that bar drinking or whatever,
Mhm.
I can relate. We all nurses, yeah, we can relate to that. We get off
Go straight to the
12
bar.
hour shift straight to the bar or going to Denny's or
Mhm.
IHOP or whatever. We ready to crash
Yeah.
because we didn't had either a hard shift or we've been short staffed
Mhm.
or somebody smacked the DO in.
Something, you know.
Something going on. And yeah, I could when I saw that show, I used to be laughing at it because like yep,
I
that's
relate.
me. Yep, that's me, Tony, Keith, Renee,
That's
Rolanda.
us. That's us right there. That's the
That's
team.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the whole crew right there. Even the housekeepers is with us having the time. They out there drinking with us. Like,
Absolutely.
boy,
Listen, I,
you.
I was just gonna say that because I used to work at UNC Chapel Hill Hospital, and
Mm-hmm.
as the housekeeping, and they stuck me in the burn unit, and then from the burn unit they took me to the cancer unit, and yeah, yep, drinking right with you fuckers because
Yeah,
it's a lot.
man, we used to
It's a lot.
the the stuff that we did. Enjoy, enjoy the parties that I can remember
Mm,
in the
mm.
nursing home. Man, you wouldn't. I think a lot of people would not believe
You would have a
the,
ball.
the we used to have all like the cafeteria, the housekeepers, CNAs get together. Oh
Turn
my
up.
goodness, that's like a festival.
Absolutely.
That's
Teamwork
a
made the dream
festival.
works.
Yeah, shoot. Don't let it be somebody's birthday or we going to a Christmas party or we going to the bar. And sometimes what we'll do, if we're gonna call out, what we'll do, like me, I used to call out right after this shit.
I ain't doing shit tomorrow. Done.
Yeah, I am
Next.
done. But they get them 10 hours, go get somebody else. 16 hours,
Call
go get
another
somebody.
motherfucker. Y'all got to hire
Yeah.
some more help. I don't give a fuck, but I'm not.
Look, I clock out at 10:30, so I'm gonna call at 12 o'clock.
You said you needed extra time. We giving you
Yeah,
extra.
I'm giving you plenty of time to
I'm gonna interrupt your sleep, bitch, but I'm gonna get mine.
get my sleep, and I am ready. I am done.
I'm sick of you. I'm sick of
I
you.
am. I learned that from my brother. He was like, "Man, call at 12, whatever." That way, they came to the pit and said, "You can't call. You gave me. You got 16 hours to get somebody." So
Absolutely. Don't
that is
play
enough
with
time.
me, baby. Hire somebody on the spot at this point, but I get you time.
And, that's
That's
how
with
you do
any
that.
job. That's with any job, y'all, though.
Yep. Call right out that shit, man. With
2 hours later, it's gonna give them
yeah,
exactly. Yep. Yeah, call them.
yeah. Go ahead and call it, cause look, when if somebody's having a party and you already know that you're not going to be really yourself at the next day at work,
Yeah,
and
it's not gonna
you
work.
already know you're going to be short staffed, so sometimes they have to put LPN or call the
Uh huh.
ace.
Uh huh.
And sometimes they used to be slick with that schedule assignment. So
Mm-hmm. They
I'll be
showed
like,
it. I usually see a lot of nurses and them be going at it like, how the fuck you gonna take me off and then put me on? And I'm
man,
supposed to be in Cancun, bitch. We gonna run this check.
they be pulling people from another union. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
come work with this person because
Cause they don't
they feel
like
like.
this part. Yeah.
And I didn't see police came up to the job. I was like,
The struggle
really?
be real. The struggle.
Yeah. Man, I didn't see. I remember one time. I remember the dude came up there
Huh?
to front another dude to buy his woman.
Oh,
Man, that
that
shit was crazy.
housewife, that housework, that what's called the work wife and the work husband.
Yeah, yeah. This is yeah. See, back then, he was, that's where it really started. They didn't even call it that, but actually, when you think about it, that's what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because you work with them more than you work at home. Be at
yeah.
home.
Like, why you calling my woman to tell her bring you something to eat and he doing that?
Uh-uh.
So, yeah,
It's
man.
just
I remember.
lunch. It's just
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
just
here right now. He's going to go get some lunch.
and I remember one of my buddies. His
Yeah,
wife used
no,
to be
don't do that.
possessive. She used to be possessive. She what she'll
Mm-hmm.
do? She will call it like, for instance, if a woman answers the phone and she'll be like, "Is Keith there?" and she'll be like, "Wait a minute, who are you?"
All in your business.
I said, "Ain't you supposed to be calling for Keith?"
All in your business.
Yeah, and some of them girls I knew, they had a mouth, but they being respectful because they like, I heard that. That what they
No,
say.
you know what though? I like how this generation is checking motherfuckers. Why you in my
Yeah,
business? I didn't
yeah,
call to talk to you. I called to talk to Keith, bitch.
yeah,
Not you.
yeah. Oh man, she would have had his wife would have had a problem with today's generation. Boy,
Yeah,
man.
she would. Yeah,
Uh,
war.
don't get I knew the ones they used to bust tires and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, man. I used to be
I
like,
I I only busted one set of tires. All four of
man,
them. I did, and I learned my lesson. I
I don't
learned not
know.
to do it on my property.
Shit, hey, don't girls, but see, them girls didn't give a fuck if it was a camera. They still didn't give a damn. I was like,
I didn't give a fuck back then either, but yeah, I learned a lesson. Don't do it on my
it,
properties. There's a law
it,
about that.
yeah. But see, I think they did it because this woman kept fucking with them.
Probably did.
And yeah, she did. She kept. God rest her soul, but she was fucking with them,
What
man.
that song say? Don't push me to the edge.
Yeah, don't push me to the edge. And homegirl got tired. She was like, sick of
I'm
this
gonna
bitch
show
chasing
you
my
better
kid
than I'm gonna
ass.
tell you, bitch. Hello,
Yeah,
it's
I
me.
think I think every 2 weeks she was going to the good gear getting new tires on her truck. I was like,
Shit.
and I yes, they was man.
Got
Y'all fucking
costly.
with,
And
yeah,
she
shot.
figured it out eventually, right?
Yeah, you
Shut
figured
the
it out
fuck
like
up.
that. Better cool your ass up. 'Cause we used to tell her like, you better cool up, mess with these young girls, man. And,
Because we are
you know,
not the same.
they ran the same. She thought she was badass. When she knew them $200, $300 a time was get to her, she stopped.
She wasn't a badass then. She was a broke
Yeah, yeah,
ass.
yeah. She
That shit
couldn't
get
go to the casino.
expensive. It gets
Yeah, she
expensive.
it got to the point it was cutting her budget going to the casino to Mississippi. So she
Can't
so
have no fun because of you, Keith. Come get your
man,
bitches.
they was dashing them tires. It was, matter of fact, it was two of them girls that did it.
I
And
learned
I was
I learned to
yeah,
just let shit be. Yeah, I
yeah,
that's when you learn about karma.
yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
they're doing it now, but I know back then she was working with them at
I haven't slashed tires and I but that one time. And that was
the
back in 2002. Yeah.
that was the time that they was doing it.
That
Back in
I was gonna do the
2002.
sugar in the tank, but then I was like, I like this goddamn car. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna flatten the fucking tires. I just wanted him to hurt just a little bit. I was married to him, and that was my ex best friend. Woo! I could promise if I have him tell you the story, he'd probably be like, you know what, I could just choke the life out of this motherfucker. Cause it was a God dang it. What kind of car was it? Oh, God. It's not a Corvette. It looked like a Corvette. It wasn't a Corvette.
Mhm,
Two-seater. Nope, three-seater.
mhm.
It was a pretty ass car. He'll tell you. I'll find out what it was. But yeah, that car, I touched it.
Uh,
I flattened all four tires. I touched
uh,
it. I just had a breakdown. You know, when you get tired of people always thinking they know what's best for you
yeah,
and they're not listening to you. And then I just had a breakdown. My bipolar kicked in and it's like, fuck it. We're gonna make this bitch learn today. So I put him the
man,
fuck out and I was like, you need to come get your goddamn cars because they're next on the list. I'm gonna throw them bitches.
so silly. You're so silly.
Bipolar is horrible. But when I got it together and I finally found better ways to talk about things instead of being aggressively destructive, I came a long way. Humbleness. So that's
That's
why when you become humble and nurturing and giving, you've been through some
right,
shit. You really have. You've been through a lot. It's just gonna be what it's gonna
right.
be. But I'm getting ready to get off of this motherfucker because I have work to do, and you need to take your sick ass to bed.
I don't know.
Your
I'm gonna
man
lay
whore.
down now.
Just a fucking man whore. All right. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll talk to you later, darling.
I love take it easy.
You to get you some rest.
I am love. I am.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Turn this off. So I'm finna get off of this motherfucker. I gotta go to the grocery store. I want to bake some cakes today. Well, actually, I'm gonna make a orange loaf cake, and then I'm gonna go get me a angel food cake. I want to bake an angel food cake. I want to put it in four different sections where it's gonna be strawberry. It's gonna be like a fruit angel food cake. It's gonna be so good. Oh, I don't know who's gonna eat it, but that's what I'm gonna make. It's gonna have strawberries, peaches, um, strawberry, peaches, pineapple, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of coconut sprinkle on top. It's gonna be good, and it's gonna come with this dip. Oh, shut up. Y'all gonna just have to watch me make it when I post the video. But until then, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You guys have a great day. If we pass hump day, it's Thursday, bitch. This went by fast. Like what the What did it what happened to the week? I've been sleeping, resting, rejuvenating, learning. Knowledge is power, man. I promise you. So now that I learned how to use my laptop, we're just gonna have to work on streaming from it. But I think most likely would be better for me is to just do my podcast radio or whatever on my laptop because video slows down more on the laptop than it does can't phones. So mobile is I learned mobile is better, but you do more on a laptop or on a video console. So hopefully I'll be able to get my console uh next week so I can start practicing playing on the console. There's so many cool games out there. I like role play games. But they make things so damn difficult with this button and that button, and you gotta fuck it. We can't go back to being simple. Jump, run, catch, pow, pow. We can't keep nothing simple. God damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna have fun learning to play my video game, and I don't know. I don't want to play COD. I'm past COD. It's too many. I no. Yeah, we're gonna do something different besides COD. Yeah. Yeah. But until then, you guys have a great day. I'll see y'all later on tonight at 10 p.m. EST. Um, I have to figure out what the fuck I'm going to talk about. I got to do a flyer too. All right. Well, you guys have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for chiming in, following. Thank you to all the new followers and supporters. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm making so many new friends. It feels so good to let out all the toxic, time wasting assholes. Thank you, Lord, for removing that shit. I wake up with a smile saying, your new friend might be on. Mm, nah. And they're okay with it. It's whatever. I don't have to people please motherfuckers no more. Yay, me. I hope y'all are learning from my fucking podcasting. The values, the valuable ones rather, let me get it right. And, important conversations. It ain't for show and clicks and likes. I don't give a fuck if you never click it. I realize it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. The money is on the street. So when y'all ready to see me, call me. I'll be ready. All right, I'll see y'all later. I'm finna take a fucking nap, bitch. I don't know why it says support